Hey there, and welcome to the start of a brand new month of themed reviews. It's June, and I've decided that throughout this month I'm going to be reviewing children's media. So this is Kids Month, and I'm going to start by talking about 64 Zoo Lane. Now, for those from... Well, okay, here we go. So for those who may not know, 64 Zoo Lane, or in French, 64 Rue de Zoo, is an animated series created by Belgian-born English author Anne Vrombal. Vrombal. The series is co-created by French animation studio Millimages and British-based Zoo Lane Productions in association with ZDF and ZDF Enterprise. Series 1 and 2, La Sanguem, the Itsy Bitsy Entertainment Company, and Series 2, Suffolka Confanim, and CBB Series 3 and 4, with the participation of France 5 for Series 3, France Television Series 4. The first two seasons aired from 1999 to 2003. A 7-year hiatus. After a 7-year hiatus, the series returned in 2010 for another 2 seasons, ending in 2013. A total of 104 episodes were produced. Now, the series follows a 7-year-old girl named Lucy, who lives next door to a zoo at 64 Zoo Lane. Each night, she is told a story by the animals. Characters include Georgina the giraffe, Nelson the elephant, Tickles and Giggles the monkeys, Boris the bear, and Molly the hippopotamus. The program emphasizes friendship and responsibility. At the story's end, friendly morals are discussed. Then bedtime is declared. Georgina deposits Lucy into bed via the bedroom window. Later episodes show Lucy yawning and then sleeping soundly in bed. In the original episode, she would be lulled to sleep by the storytelling itself. Opportunities for learning, exploring language and vocabulary are enhanced by the use of the intonation and expression in the characters' voices and the themes of the animal stories. Support the social, emotional issues, including friendship and helping and caring for others. The creator of the TV series, Anne Vrombal, also wrote and illustrated 6 64 Zoo Lane picture books based on the stories from the TV series. Okay, so it's the first time I've actually used an article to help me with the episode, guys. Now, so we know it's created and written by Anne Vrombal, but also Keith Brompton, John Grace, Jill Brett, and Gillian Corduroy. Okay, starring Laura Wallington, Keith Wickham, Lewis McLeod. There can be only one! No, not him. Okay. Matt Wilkinson, Adrienne Poster, Bob Saker, Anna Bentink, Dan Russell, Clara Jansen. Okay, theme music by Roland Lee. Okay. All that information is important, but we're just gonna move on because otherwise this episode will go on for too long. Now, I first caught this on CBeebies during its rerun period. Well, actually before then. So, of course, there are 26 episodes to each season, hence 104 episodes. And I am not actually going to tell you the full list of episodes because that would just take too long. But some episodes that may be worthy of note: Nelson the Crocodile, Nelson the Elephant, Joey the Kangaroo, and Giggles and Tickles. Now, why am I, a grown man, talking about this? Because I can. Okay. And if my t-shirt is anything to go by, yeah, there you go. So, I think I'll have to declare that it for the synopsis. I saw quite a handful of these episodes when they were on, and I did enjoy them. So, that is it for this episode and the first installment of Kids Month. I'm not going to reveal what I'm going to be reviewing next time, but I'll ask you to keep the comments respectful, because if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of Kids Month, the month dedicated to reviewing children's media. And for this review, I thought I'd revisit The Land Before Time for a review. And when I say revisit, I mean do a new review for this channel of the film. What is The Land Before Time? Well, The Land Before Time is a hand-drawn, animated children's film created by Don Bluth that tells the story of the adventures of a young dinosaur named Littlefoot and his friends as they venture out to find a utopia for their herd to live in, or for the dinosaurs to live in. The utopia fabled at the time, known as the Great Valley. And now Littlefoot is actually living with is being raised by his grandparents. And as it transpires, the Longnecks are a rival family with the Stegosauruses, whose daughter, sorry, I mean Triceratopses, whose daughter, Sarah, very creative name there, Don, is trying to be Littlefoot's friend. Now, my opinion of this film is I have only seen it once, and it is a good film. Not one of the best animated films I've ever seen. I've seen plenty of better films, but yeah, you know. If you have better opinions, I'm not going to say that. Just if you do want to give your opinions of The Land Before Time, then let me know in the comments below. That's it for this review. And, well, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm not going to reveal what the next review is going to be for. You'll have to wait and see. But until then, thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Hey, and welcome to the third day of Kids Month, the month where I'm dedicating every episode to reviewing a bit of children's media. So, for day 3, I thought I'd go back to 1991 to review Klasky Csupo's Nickelodeon classic, Rugrats. Now, of course, Rugrats is an animated children's TV series created by Klasky Csupo, as I just said. And yes, that is how you pronounce the name. For Nickelodeon. It first aired on Nickelodeon between 1991 and 2004, I believe, for 9 seasons. So they did take some breaks. There's 172 episodes, and there are also 3 feature films, one of which is a crossover. So what's it about? Well, it's about to put it politely, it's about the misadventures of a group of infants led by Tommy Pickles, and whose right-hand man is Chucky Finster. Now, Tommy Pickles is a very confident young infant, and likes to go off of these adventures around the playpen or whatever with his friends Chucky, who is a nervous wreck that does actually follow along with his own father. We'll talk about the parents soon. And then there's the DeVille twins, Phil and Lil, who basically like to be competitive with doing things that babies would do, like spitting, and they argue a lot. And they're antagonized by Tommy's 3-year-old cousin, Angelica. And also, in the 3rd season, we are introduced to Susie Carmichael, who's a girl of colour who is Angelica's age. But he's nice, rather than a bully, and actually doesn't agree with how Angelica treats the babies. Then who would? Now, the first 4 seasons all happened before the first theatrical film. Now, I did say that I would talk about the parents. Now, for the adults in the show, the first 4 seasons introduce us to Dee Dee and Stu, who are Tommy's parents. Dee Dee is the everyday mother and housewife, while Stu's the inventor. Then there's the in-laws. There's Charlotte and Drew, who are Tommy's aunt and uncle and Angelica's parents. Drew is Stu's older brother, and they're constantly at each other's throats as well. So that makes Charlotte the sister-in-law. So are you with me so far? And then there's the grandfather, Grandpa Lou, who is Stu and Drew's father. So, and then the other parents are Chaz, Chucky's dad, the nervous wreck who passes that trait on to his son, and then Howard and Betty DeVille, Phil and Lil's parents. And then also we have to meet Susie's parents and family. I can't tell you any of their names because I can't remember them. Okay. Now, in the first Rugrats movie, we meet Baby Dill for the first time. Baby Dill is Tommy's younger brother. And he's in the series from season 5 onwards. In the second Rugrats movie, where they go to Paris, we meet Kimmy for the first time. Who's Kimmy? Chucky's stepsister. Because his dad, Chaz, hooks up with an Oriental woman. Let's just be polite and say that. So, and now the third Rugrats movie crosses over with the Wild Thornberrys. And it's the only one I haven't seen, so don't ask me for a review of it, please. So, now I think it ended in 2004. It actually ended a year or 2 before then. Because, over the years, they also have spun it off into All Grown Up, which I'll be remiss not to mention here, because it's a sequel spin-off. which follows the stories of the adventures of these kids 10 years after that series ends, and there's a backdoor pilot episode for the series in season 9, all grown up. So in season 9 of Rugrats, the actual series itself all grown up ran for 5 seasons and 55 episodes. Well, I've actually rambled on a bit longer than I expected about this. Then I actually did watch a lot of this as a kid. Not all of it, just a lot of it. I was a big fan. And so would I still be if I saw it now. And recently, in recent years, it's been given a CGI reboot, which I've not bothered to watch. Really, if you're gonna redo the classics, try not to ruin them. That's all I'm saying. So Rugrats has always been a favourite show of mine. So that's my take on Rugrats. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below if you've seen it. I'm not mentioning any attempts at failed spin-offs because they failed. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. The next review is coming up. You'll see what it is about then. But until then, thanks for watching and have a magical time. Hello, and welcome to the 99th edition of the themed months, and it's the 4th day of Kids Month as well. The month where I'm reviewing children's media, and we're going for another preschool kids show here, but this one is a quiz show hosted by puppets, a monkey, a tiger and a dog to be exact. It's the Shiny Show. In each episode, a group of puppets is quizzed, or plays a quiz to try and win a shiny prize of their choice. And these shiny prizes could range anywhere between a clear see-through or sparkly rubber ball and a piece of silverware, the spoon, which actually isn't all that shiny if you think about it. Basically, how the structure of each episode works is the quizzer would be picked by the Alama Rama, and it'd be one of our puppet main characters. Now, who are these puppet main characters? I've told you what animals they are, but I haven't told you their names, have I? Well, there's Mucker, who is the monkey, purple in colour, and like all monkeys, very mischievous. Dogsby, obvious name there, the dog, even more obvious because he's a blooming dog. I mean, brown in colour. And Tiggs the tiger. Tiggs the tiger. I'm not joking. Again, it's an obvious name because of what type of animal Tiggs is. Now, the Alarm-O-Rama is the machine that selects who the quiz is going to be for each half-hour episode. So, and the show started in 2002 and lasted a few series after that, so yeah. And it has one of the best theme songs a kids show could ever have. I can't sing it for you here because of the reasons you know why. It aired on CBeebies, and I think I might have got its starting date a bit wrong. I think it started in 2003. You can actually hear the uncertainty in my voice when I said 2002. So, yeah. And of course, as with any TV character, at least one of them has a catchphrase. Mucker has the catchphrase, and I'm not joking when I say this. Okie dokie, diddly pokey. Okay, and that is the impression. Enjoy it while it lasts. Well, it's already finished. Okay. 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 If you want me to do an a cappella version of the theme song, I don't know why you would want this, but here it comes. It's your turn to have a go on the shiny show, the shiny show. You can show the things you know on the shiny show, the shiny show. I'm Macca, Dogsby, Tiggs. Come and join in with our quiz on the shiny show, the shiny show. UK, whatever. I'm pretty sure that you can find some episodes on YouTube now if you just look up The Shiny Show. But what do I think of it? Well, as a preschool quiz show with puppet characters is concerned, yeah, I thought it was alright. Actually, I liked it when it first came on, despite being too old for it, but who cares? Who cares? I just now look back at it and think, well, that was alright. So, yeah. So, guys, that is it for this episode. Join me next time for not just the 5th episode of Kids Month, but also the 100th episode overall of the theme month in general. You'll have to wait until then to find out what I'm going to be reviewing. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Oh, hello again, and welcome to day 5 of Kids Month, which is also the 100th episode of the Fiend Month series in general. And for this episode, I thought I'd go back to the early 2000s when a little show called Tikkabilla hit the scene. Now, I can't exactly remember exactly what year Tikkabilla started, so I'm not even going to say that. So I'm just going to basically explain the structure of the show. Basically, each episode would have a pair of presenters come on to present a Play School style 15-minute TV episode with the help of a purple puppet dragon named Tamba. Yeah, Tamba, Tamba. And they would do arts and crafts activities along with playing games. There would be multiple different hosts over the years the show ran, including Justin Fletcher. Yeah. Now, if you remember him from anything, it might be Something Special, where he is himself doing Makaton sign language, and then he plays the entire Tumble family. So, but we're not talking about Something Special right now. We're talking about Tikkabilla. They do time segments, as in teaching kids to tell the time, pardon me, with the Tikkabilla clock. But it's an actual clock, not one that chooses activities with a coloured light flashing. Anyway, when it's time for those segments, they do a little rhyme. Tikkabilla, Tockabilla, Tikkabilla Tock. What's the time on the Tikkabilla clock? And then they also look through 3 different shaped windows, which is actually a direct thing inspired by Play School. The old kids show from the 1960s, that one. Yeah, so round, square or arched, which shape window will it be? Okay. I would go as far as to say it's very fun and educational for the little ones. Maybe for the parents as well. So, it did air around 20 years ago, so just keep that in mind. And you might be able to find some episodes on YouTube now. So, go and search for it if you want to. Now, that is where I'm going to stop actually synopsisizing the show. Now, I could tell you it had 4 series, and in those 4 series, I think there either were or came close to 100 episodes. I'll be surprising myself if I look that up after this, but yeah, you know. So I'm going to say around that number. So, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, What will I be reviewing or talking about? Well, you'll have to wait and see. But until then, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and have a magical time. Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Kids Month. This is day 6, and we're talking about a classic, and I mean the definition of the word, 90s kids TV show about a group of puppet characters, or a trio of puppet characters who go off on magical adventures in the real world. Of course, I'm talking about Tots TV, the classic ITV kids show made by Ragdoll Productions. Sees 3 top characters, Tilly, Tom and Tiny, going off on magical adventures out in the real world, as I just said then, with the aid of their magic rucksack, the magic bag, or sac à magique. Yes, Tilly is a French-speaking girl with red hair and light skin, who wears a purple dress and a flowery top with matching purple shoes. And she is the eldest of the 3 tots. Tom, the middle tot, is a dark-skinned, blue-haired boy who wears a yellow knitted jumper under a pair of green dungarees with blue shoes. The youngest tot, Tiny, has green hair and wears a green cardigan with red shorts with beigey coloured shoes, and he's the one who wears the magic bag. They live in a secret, or perhaps not so secret, hideaway cottage in the woods. That's because they do occasionally not leave the grounds of their cottage and stay in. And on some of these occasions, a gardener named Jack would come in with a bunch of things and set things up for a group of real-world tots to come and play on. Now, each tot also has their own landline telephone, and if they want to call each other on their phones, they just simply punch in the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a donkey in a stable, and a mischievous little dog, who I don't think they're aware is even there. So, because they never seem to acknowledge him. Now, the show itself ran on CITV between 1993 and 1998, 276 episodes. And also in that time, they did 3 feature-length specials. And those specials were Snowy Adventure, American Adventure, and The Big Treasure Adventure, all of which I have covered in an exclusive only show. Yes, I was a massive fan of this series growing up, and I still am now, very nostalgic over it. And if I could just hand pick a few of the best episodes, those would be Bike Ride, in which Tiny takes a joyride on a tricycle, not a bike, a tricycle. Why isn't it called Trike Ride? Okay. Um, at the beach, which is where they go to the beach, and a lot of mischievous antics ensue. And the storybook episodes, of which each tot has at least a couple of throughout the run of the show, where in each of those episodes, either Tilly, Tom, or Tiny would read a story that they themselves have written and actually bound together a homemade book of. And they could be about anything, from space aliens to mischievous Billy Goat who didn't want to go to school, that sort of thing. And they would always have an activity to set up the story they're about to read. So, I think I've talked about TOTS TV long enough. If you guys remember it, let me know of your memories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for tomorrow's installment. I shan't tell you what I'm going to be reviewing. But until then, thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Oh, hello, and welcome to day number 7 of Kids Month, the month-long reviews of kids media. Now, for this next episode, we're going to be travelling back to 1967, when the first show in a trilogy of shows known as the Trumptonshire Trilogy first broadcast. I'm talking, of course, about Camberwick Green, which first aired in 1967, as I said just now. 13 episodes, and it's basically a stop-motion puppet show set in the village of Camberwick Green, and tells of the day-to-day lives of the villagers, and characters from the neighbouring towns of Trumpton and Chigley may also appear. Now, it is narrated by Brian Cant, And it first introduces us to such characters as Wendy Miller. Yeah. Now, I'd go as far as to say there isn't really a main character in the series, but actually there are. A whole army of them, actually, because it's where the military base or the military academy is situated. And the army men are actually the main characters, but each story is centered around one character mainly, and the army men just come in and help them. So the main characters are whoever the main character of the story is. So there's not a set main character, as there is with most shows, or a set group. It's whoever the story's about would be the main character. So... And yes, as I said, it's the first show, or the first series in a trilogy of shows. The other two shows, Trumpton and Chigley, which I've also mentioned, will be reviewed here on Kids Month over the next couple of days. So you know what that means. Trumpton will be the review for tomorrow. And actually, I got the year of release wrong. It actually aired in 1966. I just remembered that now. But 1967 will be the release year of the Trumpton, the original air date year, the original broadcast year of Trumpton, for the next review. So, that's it. I think it's a brilliant show, and the stop motion animation is done really well. And this was when it was a big thing. The main form of animation for British kids shows. So that's my opinions on Camberwick Green, guys. You know Trumpton's the review for tomorrow. For those of you from Great Britain who grew up with this show some 57 years ago, I hope I've reignited the flames of your nostalgia with this review. So... if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time. Hi guys, and welcome to day 8 of Kids Month, and yes, I am in the living room. But that's not why you're here. You're here to hear my review of Trumpton, the second show of the Trumptonshire trilogy. This one actually did air originally in 1967. It's the second show of the Trumptonshire trilogy of shows. 13 episodes, this time actually set in the city of Trumpton. And it's about the day-to-day lives of the village, not the villagers, sorry, of the citizens of Trumpton. Now, there are main characters actually in the show, because the show mainly focuses around the Trumpton Fire Brigade, as they are called out on jobs they shouldn't really be getting called out on because they're not emergencies. The fire service, or the fire brigade, is headed by Captain Flack, and is also run by 5 other firemen. Pew, Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble Grubb. Okay. Wait, that's 6 other firemen. Whoops, okay. I couldn't resist doing that roll call. It's still, the storytelling is still done by Brian, the man whose name sounds like a swear word. Cant. Okay. um, and, of course, we do see other characters around the city, like the mayor and people from the village of Camberwick Green. Such as Chippy Minton and his son Nibs, and Mrs. Cobbett, the flower lady. Now, I said 13 episodes, as I said before. And there's an episode where Fireman Cuthbert has the morning off. And in that case, the fire brigade roll call skips him because he's not there. And Cuthbert's morning off is, well, it's where Cuthbert's auntie comes to visit him. And that roll call, in case you're wondering, goes like this. Pew, Pew, Barney McGrew, Dibble, Grubb. And again, it's animated well for a show which uses stop motion animation to make the puppets move. And it is a brilliant series also. Again, for those of you who are old enough to have grown up with the show, even more so for those who are old enough to have seen it as it originally broadcast, I hope I've reignited your flames of nostalgia for this series. Let me know in the comments below. Tomorrow, I'll be reviewing the final chapter of the Trumptonshire trilogy, that being Chigley. Until then, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. And whatever you do, have a magical time. Hello and welcome to day 9 of Kids Month, the month where I've dedicated all of June, this month, to reviewing children's media. So now let's go back to 1969 to review the last program in the Trumptonshire trilogy of programs by Gordon Murray. That would be Chigley, the third and final of the 3 shows in this little trio of shows, set in the neighbouring village of Chigley, and has 13 episodes detailing the lives of the characters that lived there, with a large focus going on the people of the biscuit factory. The workers of the biscuit factory. And yes, it's near Camberwick Green. And as I said, this series first broadcast in 1969. And its 13 episodes are still a brilliant and very fun watch. And as I said with the last 2 of these episodes, for those of you who were old enough to have watched this show as it originally broadcast, I hope I've reignited the flames of your nostalgia with this review. And for those who saw it later in life, after you've grown up or whatever, I'd like to know what your thoughts are of this and Trumpton and Camberwick Green. So, that's it for this triple bill of reviews, guys. Next time we go for the more modern kids TV again. But we're hopping over to 2002 and we're travelling to Scotland to ask, what's the story? I think you know where we're going with this one. So, until then guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. And have a magical time. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, and welcome to day 10 of Kids Month, the show where I'm all through the month of June reviewing children's media, mainly TV shows. So guys, we're going to go back to 2002 here, in the early days of CBeebies, to talk about a little known kids show that ran between then and 2005 for 4 series and 260 episodes, I believe, set on the fictional island, the fictional Scottish island of Balamory, which is actually situated on the real life small island of Tobermory. Now basically, the structure of this show is, in each episode, Miss Hooley, who is one of our main characters, would either open up the nursery to welcome children in, or go and sit in the cafe at the back of the shop. If it's a play day. And now, so I've just told you who one of our main characters is. There are 6 main characters in total in this show. And as I've told you already, Miss Hooley, I think there might be 7 of them actually, and the other main characters are the owners of the shop, Susie Sweet and Penny Pocket. Yes, those are their names. They both run the village shop and cafe. Then we have Spencer the painter, who lives in an orange house. Then up in a pink castle we have the inventor, Archie, who builds inventions out of old rubbish. Literal old rubbish, so he recycles. Then up in a yellow house we have Josie Jump, who is our sporty woman, who loves everything to do with sports. Then down in the bus station we have Edie McCready, the bus driver, who goes anywhere and everywhere across the world. So she's a keen traveller. And then, of course, we have PC Plum, the policeman, and also our nature expert, who runs the village police station, which is also his living quarters. And in each episode, a member of the community would come into the nursery or the cafe to see Miss Hooley, and if it's in the nursery, the group of children she's taking care of that day, with a problem, and then go off to see the first person through in whichever coloured house they live in. And then we get our first recap of what's gone on up to that point. And then they go back and then to discuss the person who is best suited to solve the problem, in which then that person has their own theme song. Yes, all of our main characters, bar Miss Hooley, has their own theme song. So what songs do we have in the show? Well, we obviously have What's the Story in Balamory, which is the show's theme song. Then there's Which Coloured House Am I Going To?, which is the song the character who needs the help sings. And then depending on which character they summon to actually solve the problem, the songs are either I'm Archie the inventor, I'm Spencer, that's my name, I'm Eda McCready, I love to drive. I'm PC Plum. Josie Jump is my name. We both run the Village Shop and Cafe. That's Penny and Susie's song. Now, those, I might just point out, are the characters' original songs. Because in roughly about Series 3, those songs change. And the characters are then given new theme songs. The only songs that stay the same are the theme song and Which Coloured House Am I Going To? And now, some of the actual plots of the episodes include Josie looking after a baby, PC Plum taking his nephew, Archie taking his nephew to the science centre, a power cup, and many more. And it is a musical joyride. Fun for the whole family. Now, if you have nostalgic memories of growing up with Balamory yourselves, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. And next time, we're saying me too. Until then, thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Oh, hello again. Welcome to day 11 of Kids Month. Let's get right into today's review, shall we? We're now heading a bit more forward in time, 2006 to 2007, for a show similar to that of Balamory, only this time we have to answer with Me Too. That's the name of the show, and as I said, it originally ran between 2006 and 2007 on CBeebies. 2 series, 150 episodes. 75 per series. Wow. Now, basically, the main characters of this show are Granny Murray, who is a childminder, who would welcome first us, the audience, to the show with a greeting of "Hello, honey pie" at the beginning of every episode, before showing us or introducing us to who she already has under her care before a third, fourth, or maybe even a second child turns up with their parent now. And that just leads into or owner. No, don't worry, not like that. So the other main characters include Mickey John, a primary school teacher who teaches at the Roundhouse Primary School, and his daughter Rebecca. And his song he sings at work is School Day, Work Away. Tina and Raymond with their daughter Lisa. Raymond is actually, he runs a buffet bar or a buffet car on a train, and his song is I Love My Train. Okay. Yes, you can see the similarities now that I'm describing them. Tina drives a pink taxi. Unfortunately though, I can't actually remember what her own song is, so I can't tell you what it is. Rudy and his son Jack. Now Rudy is a market trader. He operates the fruit and veg stall at the Castle Market. And his song oh, I can't remember what that is either. Come on, James, come on.
What are those apple juice with wine?
And we have Bobby and her son Kai. Now, Bobby actually works at the bus depot, making sure it's all nice and clean for the day. So she basically works nights. And then, of course, we have Dr. Juno and her dog, Samson. And she's an A&E doctor at the Harlequin Hospital. Now, I forgot to say that this TV series is set in the fictional Scottish city of Riversea Fingal. And each of the working parents, or main adult characters in the show, basically there are two songs they sing when they are going to work. Which way will I go when they're walking or riding their bike to work? And I need to get to work when they're in a rush and have no time to do that. So, and there's different versions of those songs for each character. And of course, I just want to point out, it's strange I can't remember what all these main characters' work songs are, because I've been watching episodes of the show to prepare for the review. Come on, James. And then, of course, we have the characters who are recurring, who are the ferryboat band players. And again, I've forgotten their names. Oh dear. I should have the article in front of me. Now, I would go over the plots of some of the episodes, but I think I've rambled on too long about this already. So, for those of you who grew up watching this, I was already 18 to 19 when it came out. Let me know how nostalgic you are over it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Until tomorrow, you won't know what I'm going to be reviewing next. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe if I haven't said that already. What's that? You're already looking forward to seeing the next video? Me too. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And have us a magical time. Hi guys, and welcome to day 12 of Kids Month. Where throughout the month of June, I'm reviewing mainly TV shows, but I'm reviewing children's media. And this time, 1999 to 2003, that 4-year gap, when a TV series called The Tweenies first began broadcasting on children's BBC at 10:30 in the morning. This was on the 6th of September 1999. What is The Tweenies, you might ask? Well, The Tweenies is a preschool children's TV show here in Britain, for those from outside the UK, set in a children's daycare centre and revolves around the adventures and fun and frolics of our 4 main child protagonists. Bella, who is blue in colour, with blonde hair, with a red bow. She wears a red and yellow flower pattern sweatshirt under yellow dungarees with red boots. She likes to be the leader of the group due to being the eldest of the 4 main characters. being 5 or nearly 5. And because she has a tendency to be bossy, she does end up annoying the other tweenies to no end. Milo. Purple in colour with hairbrush bristles hair. He wears a bright blue sweatshirt with dark blue trousers with white leg cuffs, wears white boots, and because of his boisterous personality, he likes to run around and play jokes on people. He's just full of energy. Then he's the second eldest of the 4 main characters, as he's 4 years old. And what 4-year-old isn't full of life and energy? Fizz. Yellow in colour, with reddish hair, even though I see it more as a brown. She has red and white beads in her hair. She wears a pink and white flower pattern dress with pink boots. She takes ballet classes. Her favourite colour is pink. She's 3 years old. Or nearly 4, actually. She's nearly 4. Celebrates her birthday in one of the early episodes. So, should be then 4 from that point on. And she's the girly girl of the group. And is the most easily annoyed by Milo. I forgot to say, Bella's favourite colour is red. And Milo's is blue. Then we have the youngest of our 4 main protagonist characters, Jake. He's orange in colour with a blonde mohawk. Fascinating choice of hairstyle there, guys. He wears a blue and yellow spot pattern t-shirt shirt with a yellow collar and blue shorts to match it. He wears blue trainers. And he's constantly he's finding himself he's too small to do certain things, and he's easily triggered by upset when he can't do them. He's nearly 3, but very well behaved. Okay. Favourite colour is green. Now he and Milo are best friends. And I forgot to mention that Bella and Fizz are also best friends. Now, this series ran for 390 episodes in its short lifespan of 4 years. And each episode was 20 minutes long. 7 series in that time as well. Now, of course, the other characters to note is Doodles the dog. He's a talking dog. He's red and yellow in colour. And he's Max's dog. Now, who's Max? Max is one of the childminders who looks after the tweenies. Red in colour with white hair around the back of his head. And he wears a white shirt with overalls, kind of checked overalls, and grey boots. And Judy, the other childminder who looks after them, is lime green in colour. Kind of has the same reddish pinkish colour hair as Fizz. She wears, I think it's like a pinkish colour knitted top and bottle green trousers with pinkish colour boots. And she later comes in with another dog, Izzles, who is purple and cream in colour, and at first very boisterous like Milo. Now, in their playroom, the tweenies also have a clock that picks their activities for them. Yeah, an activity clock. Basically what it is this, I don't know what type of shape it is, but it's this thing, it's this machine that stands in the corner that has a purple button at the center, and then 5 different colored lights dotted around it, each representing a different activity. The yellow light is song time, and it is a yellow light with a musical note on it. Most of the songs are nursery rhymes. The green light is telly time. Well, that does have a picture of a telly on it. The blue light with the messy splodge is messy time. Then then at the top of the clock we have a red light with a storybook, is story time. Then on the far right of the clock, orange light with the Tweenies logo on it, that's news time. And if the whole clock flashes, that's surprise time. Their surprise area is basically just a green curtain, or a pair of green curtains with stars and crescent moons on it. They do occasionally go off out for adventures in the real world, but it is mainly just grounded to their playroom. So the structure of each episode are basically just explained right there. It would begin with the Tweenies having song time, then they go off and play, and then they do the clock again, and so on. So, and sometimes they'd have more than one go round of the activities, or one go round of one of the activities. So, that's the Tweenies in a nutshell, guys. If you were young enough to have grown up with the show as it first came out, let me know in the comments below. Or if you saw it for the first time and as an 11-year-old like I did, also let me know. But that's it for this review. Next time, you'll have to wait and see what I'm going to be reviewing. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video even, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Hi, and welcome to day 13 of Kids Month. We're through the month of June. I'm reviewing kids' TV shows. So, now let's take a trip back to 1997, when a little show first broadcast on CBBC called Teletubbies. The original series of which ran between 1997 and 2001. For 365 half-hour episodes. Now, the structure of each episode is the episode would open. Well, first of all, let's introduce our 4 main characters. We have Tinky Winky, who's purple in colour, is male, and he carries a red handbag. His best friend is Poe. Now, Poe is red in colour, is the smallest Teletubby, Cantonese, and her favourite thing is a pink and blue scooter. Best friend is Tinky Winky. Dipsy, male, green in colour, brown skin. Well, you know what I mean by that. His favourite thing is his cow pattern top hat. And his best friend is Lala, yellow in colour, female, the second smallest Teletubby, whose favourite thing is a big orange bouncy ball. They live in Teletubby Land, which is this giant planet that looks like a massive garden. Their house is the Tubbytronic Superdome. They have a warren of rabbits. They have talking flowers. They have a vacuum cleaner / nursemaid called the Nunu. Their language is mainly just a series of etos and yeah, so stuff that a very small infant might babble. Their diet is Tubby custard, which is this pink or orange yogurt paste stuff that comes from a machine that functions by giving them a bowl, then you lower an arm to actually dispense the custard into the bowls. And Tubby toast, which comes from a toaster which flips the toast onto their plates. So now, they have a windmill also at the back of their garden, and this is what controls their times to go and do the TV events, which is a segment in the show in which a Teletubby would be chosen by the magic of their land to receive a transmission from the real world. A transmission of children from the real world normally, showing them activities. And another thing the the windmill does is magical events. Mum, give her here. She can sit on the bed with me. Nah. Yeah, it doesn't really do much but sit there.
No, can you go sit on?
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you sleep well?
Yeah. Which would bring a whole slew of different magical events through the world, such as free ship sailing, an animal parade, a tap dancing bear on a carousel, house and a mouse. Whoops, I mean a mouse in a house. And the whole life cycle of a tree. But there's one very, there's one scene. There's one scene that actually scared a bunch of fans when they were kids, and that would be a wooden lion and a wooden bear chasing each other around Teletubby Land on wagons. Now these were scale puppets on these wagons, but it's actually the voices, or mainly the roar of the lion and the disembodied voice of the bear calling them. Yeah, I don't understand how that was scary, because it wasn't. So okay guys, I think I've rambled on long enough about this, so I think it's time for Tubby bye bye now. The next program I'm going to be reviewing, well, I'm not going to tell you because that would ruin the reveal. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next one, but until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. If you share nostalgia over Teletubbies like I do, let me know in the comments below. This is just a version of the show that I grew up with, so thanks for watching and have us a magical time. Hello every girl, every boy. I invite you to come and open up your eyes for this installment of Kids Month. This is day 14 and we're talking about the Thimbles. Now, who are the Thimbles? Well, first of all, a synopsis about the show. The Thimbles is a preschool children's TV series that ran on CBeebies from 2002 to 2004 for a staggering, in these 2 years, for a staggering 5 series and 200 episodes. How did they get that much done in just 2 years? Well, they aired the episodes 5 days a week and they're only 23-minute episodes. So, but now, each episode it is set in the fictional land of Thimble Valley, inhabited by these playful, colourful creatures known as the Thimbles. And one by one now, I shall describe the characters for you. Thimbo is the eldest of the 3 main Thimbles. He is yellow and green striped. Male, obviously. And his favourite thing is his shimmy shaker. Florrie, female, turquoise and purple stripes is the middle of the thimbles. And she just likes to dance and frolic around. And her favourite thing is playing in the play dips. Well, she does have a favourite item, but I can't remember what it is. The youngest of the Thimbles is Baby Pom, who is green and pink stripes. It's green with pink stripes. Her favourite thing is to trundle along with her kiddie trailer, which they call a trundle truck. Now, basically, whenever they know something is happening, or when they're about to find something, their fingers twinkle, their noses wrinkle, and their top knots twitch. You're following me so far? Other characters within Thimble Valley are Roly Mo, who is a mole who is purple with green stripes, who would often pop up from his hole to read them stories or just to see what they're doing. Rocket, who's a frog, who is sky blue with orange zigzag stripy pattern. It just jumps around playing tricks. And then up in the nest we have Bessie the bird, who often serves as a voice of wisdom for the Thimbles and actually shows them how the things they find in Thimble Valley work in the real world. And her little chick, Ribble. It's just this little fluff ball thing that just like scuttles around. And Thimble Valley itself is this lush and happy place. Like as I said, it's a valley, so it's a field with mountains around it. And it is fun for the little ones who may like to watch programs like this. And their parents may get something out of it as well. I saw nowhere near the whole series, but I did see a fair chunk. So, the episodes I did see, I did like. Now, guys, if you grew up with the show since you were kids, let me know. Or if you went into it while watching it with young nephews or nieces or whatever, also let me know. And I hope you're sitting comfortably, because the next review will be for the spin-off series, The Roly Mo Show. But it's not time to begin that now. It's time to end this episode of Kids Month. So there's only one thing left to say. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a magical time. Hello and welcome to day 15 of Kids Month, where I've decided throughout all the month of June to review mainly TV shows but children's media. And no, I'm not reviewing Thomas, despite the t-shirt, no. Today is the spin-off of the Thimbles, the Rolly Mo Show. Now, what is the Rolly Mo Show? Rolly Mo Show? Well, I've just told you, it's it's the spin-off to the Thimbles. It literally started the year the Thimbles ended. So, in 2004, from then until 2005, Rolly Mo took centre stage in his own show. Now, Rolly Mo, for those of you who need a refresher, is the mole from Thimbles. Now he's taken to his own show in Thimble Valley, which lasted from 2004 to 2005 for a staggering 100 episodes. And alongside him in this spin-off are his niece, Little Bo, who's this cute little baby mole. It kind of reminds you of Baby Pom in a way. And two little creatures known as Snoots, who are just there to provide comic relief, really. And the famous When You Take a Look song is still present in the show, only this time, instead of popping above ground to read stories, Rolly is reading them in his hole, in his mole cave. You know, and of course the way they were able to do 100 episodes in the short space of a year over is because they did these episodes 5 days a week. Obviously. So 5 days a week over a 20-week time frame. And no, I'm not going to perform the song for you because, well, why would I? That's not what the show's for. It's for giving you information on these shows that you might not have known about. Now, for those of you who live outside the UK, I'm not so sure you would know what the Thimbles is, or what it is, let alone what Rolly Mo is. For that, if you want the information, you can either look it up, or, better still, look at the previous episode of this, where I tell you about it, in that review. No, I'm not crazy. But what is crazy is, it's now time for my final thoughts on the show. Well, I can only give my thoughts on the episodes I managed to see. I saw nowhere near the whole series. I only caught a few random episodes as they originally broadcast, and all of those episodes were fun to watch. But I will recommend this to parents who have very young children because, well, that's the age group it's actually targeted towards. So, if you were young enough to have seen this as it originally broadcast yourself, let me know in the comments below. If you're modern day parents with young children, you might want to show it to them. There's young children aged between 3 and 5. That's the age group they're going for here. So, guys, in the next review, what the heck, we'll go choo-choo-choo down the tracks on the island of Sodor. Thomas. Why not? Okay. So that's for tomorrow. But until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Hello, and welcome to day 16 of Kids Month. And it's now time to move along the tracks, so to speak, because today's review is for Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. And yes, notice I called it by its full original title, because for this review I'm only going to be reviewing Classic Thomas, the model series, and nothing else. So what does the model series entail? The first 7 series, plus Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So we're leaving out the hit entertainment and the CGI stuff for now. So, set on the island of Sodor, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends tells the story of the adventures of a young tank engine named Thomas and his friends while working on the fictional Northwestern Railway on the island of Sodor, operated by Sir Topham Hatt, or as we know him here in Great Britain, the Fat Controller. And each episode was 4.5 minutes long during its original run, and featured such stories as The Sad Story of Henry, The Flying Kipper, James and the Coaches, and many more. Now, there were 182 episodes in the classic run between 1984 and 2003. Now, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which first came into cinemas in 2000, is basically just a Shining Time station movie with hardly anything to do with Thomas at all. Well, he is in the film, but it's not actually about him, and his name's in the title of the film. So, which characters are we introduced to over the course of these 7 series? And, well, there's debated as to whether or not the Magic Railroad counts as canon. I'm in the boat. I'm in the same boat as those who don't think it is, because it's not really a Thomas movie, despite his name being in the title. So the characters, obviously, Thomas, Gordon, James, Henry, Edward, Trevor, Harold, Toby, Doc, Diesel, Oliver, Donald and Douglas. Basically, there's a whole host of characters we're introduced to over the course of these 7 series. Ringo Starr expertly tells the stories of the first 2 series, then Michael takes over from series 3. And they are based, most of them that is, most of them are based, in the early days, on books or stories from the Railway series by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, and some by his son, Christopher, later on. And others are based on the creator's own stories. Now, the show was created, before I forget to mention, by Britt Allcroft and David Mitton. And from series 5 onwards, it's all original stories. So, and their original stories are some of the best in the series run. Really, they are. Well, some of my favourites being Duncan Gets Spooked from series 5, which is a ghost story. So, and who doesn't love a good ghost story? And the Four Little Engines, well, actually those are based on stories from the books, but anyway, the Four Little Engines saga, there are other original stories that I liked. Cranky Bugs, it introduces Cranky the Crane for the first time. And Oliver's Find, I believe, was in Series 5 as well. 2 of my all-time favourites are from Series 6, actually. They are Percy's Chocolate Crunch. Percy gets covered in chocolate and it looks like a chocolate ice cream. And Thomas and the Jet Engine, where Thomas collects a special of a jet engine which sends him shooting off down the track. So, anyway, the classic run is the best, and I know certain fans out there of my stuff right now will be appreciating me for taking the time to talk about just classic Thomas. You're welcome, by the way. So I know those of you who grew up with classic Thomas will have very fond memories of this in your own hearts from your nostalgia. And I share that nostalgia with you guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. For my next review, you'll have to wait and see what that's going to be. But until then, thanks for watching and have us a magical time. day 17 of Kids Month. Now, at the time I'm recording this, it is actually just after 9 on Friday night, and I'm just about recovering from, well, the ill spell I told you about. But anyway, on a brighter note, going to be best friends forever is Topsy and Tim. This is the modern series that started on CBeebies in 2013, and from there ran for 3 series and 70 episodes, or 71 episodes to be exact. Thereabouts. Yes, live action. Now I've just gone. I've got this DVD off my shelf. It features 6 of the episodes: Car Wash, well, Rainy House, Strange Beds, Marble Run, Car Wash, Bad Smell, and Moving House. Now, Moving House is an adaptation of the story from the book of a story of the same name. And yes, the DVD is put out by Abbey Home Media. The series itself, well, each episode is 15 minutes in length, with one exception, the Christmas special. And of course it tells of the adventures of twins, Topsy and Tim, as they navigate their way through their lives with their parents, Brian and Joy. Yes, the TV series actually gives the names to the parents. In the original stories, they're just called Mummy and Dad. So, and of the original books, there was an animated series in the 90s based on those books. And unfortunately, you can't buy any DVDs of those. So guys, that's the basic overview of Topsy and Tim. And, well, I think the live action reboot is better than the cartoon, to be honest. I'd like to know what you guys thought. Maybe this is a series that you might have grown up with, or you might have had kids that grew up with it and know it as the only version. Anyway, that is it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a magical time. Hi, and welcome back to Kids Month. This is day 18, and during this month I've been reviewing, obviously by the name of the month I've given it, I've been reviewing children's media, mainly TV shows. So what have I got in store for you this time? Well, we're going back to 1975, when a young Peruvian bear, based on a series of children's books by Michael Bond, Paddington, first hit our screens in the form of a TV series. Running from 1975 to 1978 originally for 56 episodes, including 4 25-minute specials, Paddington Bear tells the story of the adventures of a young Peruvian bear who is picked up by Henry and Mary Brown at Paddington Railway Station while waiting for their daughter Judy. And he tells them that he stowed away on a lifeboat to start his new life as an immigrant, as per his Aunt Lucy's wishes. So he goes to live with the Browns, and this is where his adventures kick off. Upon first meeting the Browns, he meets obviously Henry and Mary, the parents, and their daughter Judy. On his first day at 32 Windsor Gardens, he also meets their housekeeper Mrs. Bird and their son Jonathan. And very quickly after this becomes friends with the antique store owner, Mr. Gruber, and very fast enemies, or frenemies should I say, with the Browns' next door neighbour, Mr. Curry, who is this, well, to put it fairly, grumpy old man. Okay. Who's always trying to get Paddington into trouble for things, even though Paddington is innocently unaware of what's going on around him when this happens. There are times when he tries to do nice things for Mr. Curry, only to then accidentally mess them up. Now, anytime there's an actual adventure going on, he's either with the Browns or Mr. Gruber. The only time he's out in the real world with Mr. Curry is when he's doing golfing, sort of, with him. But not so much. And let me tell you about some of the things that he takes literally in the show. First, with the underground, he literally thinks it's people stuck underground. And there's an episode in which Mr. Gruber takes into a court proceeding and he misunderstands the oath of truth when he takes the stand. You know, the whole "do you swear to tell the truth" thing? They start asking him that, and he says, "Never. My Aunt Lucy taught me not to." Okay. So, that sort of thing. And you can't blame him for not understanding this, because in Darkest Peru, they don't have courtrooms. It's just jungle, so at least in Paddington's universe. So, now, this is a show that I actually grew up with on taped reruns around my grandma's house, or around my grandparents' house. My grandma would have a whole collection of taped shows taped off TV, and Paddington was one of them I was introduced to. And I'm glad I was, because it's been a favourite of mine ever since. And for those of you who are actually old enough to have remembered Paddington growing up, from when it originally broadcast in the 70s, I hope I brought back a wave of nostalgia to you with this review. So, that's it for this episode. Join me again tomorrow for another one. You shan't know what it is until then. And until then, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and have us a magical time. Hi, and welcome to day 19 of Kids Month, the show where I've been spending the whole month reviewing children's media, mainly TV shows. That's the whole of June, that is. Now, it's Morphin time for this review, because we're going to be reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the TV show created by Haim Saban in 1993, that first broadcast in 1993 to 1995 for 3 seasons. Over 155 episodes across those 3 seasons. Originally starring Austin St. John as Jason, the Red Ranger, who was eventually swapped out by Rocky partway through season 2. Walter Jones as Zack, the Black Ranger, who partway through season 2 was swapped out with Adam. David Yost as Billy, the Blue Ranger, who was not swapped out in season 2 but did eventually leave, but not in Mighty Morphin. Thuy Trang as Trini, the Yellow Ranger, who was eventually swapped out for Aisha. Also, that happened in season 2. Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, who was swapped out for Catherine in season 3. And then who could forget the introduction of Jason David Frank, the late and great Jason David Frank, as Tommy Oliver, originally introduced as the Green Ranger to combat the Power Rangers themselves. Because, well, we're talking about the heroes. He later became the White Ranger in season 2 and was promoted to leader of the team. Now, season 1 is 60 episodes long. Yeah, when you might think that's too much for one season of a TV show, but those 60 episodes introduce us to the gang, tell us what they're about, and even to the villains. Now, the villains of this season. Now, the villain of season 1 is Rita Repulsa, a space witch who was returned to Earth after 10,000 years confinement in a space dumpster. And with her, she's brought her henches. Goldar, a golden giant flying monkey. Oh gee, I wonder where they got that idea. Okay. Finster is a scientist who creates all our monsters. Swat and Babu, the comic relief villains, on her side for whatever reason. They don't really do much except, you know. And speaking of comic relief antagonists, we also have Bulk and Skull, who play as the comedic foils to the Rangers themselves, always trying to learn their secret identities, despite knowing who they are as civilians. Then we also have Ernie the juice bar owner. Now, in the command center, which is their base of action, their base of operation, we have Zordon, their mentor, who sends them out on their missions, grants them their powers. Our 5 main Rangers, that is. And Alpha 5, the quirky little robot whose constant proclamations of "Aye, aye, 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 aye." Yeah, they can get a bit jarring, but they're still funny. Now, I've already said who the cast swaps are, because I was telling you about the Rangers. Now, Tommy's actually introduced as the Green Ranger as a hench again of Rita Repulsa in season 1, but they eventually manage to turn him a gangster and he joins the Good Rangers. In season 2, which is 52 episodes long, we are introduced to a new villain, Lord Zed, who is fed up with Rita Repulsa's constant failures, so takes over as the main villain. Yeah, so... And we get another batch of fun adventures with goofy robots in general. Now, the Putty Patrol, I forgot to mention, the Putties are the soldiers that Rita sends out. Literally made out of clay, but they're just really men in grey suits. And all you gotta do to defeat them is punch a Z in their chests. So... Now, as I've already mentioned the changes to the main cast in Season 2, we don't need to go through that again. Except to say who the new actors are. They are Stephen Gardones, I hope I'm pronouncing that, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Yon Bosch. So... Now... Of course, I'm going to have to mention Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie here, because even though it's not canon to the story of the series, it was the first feature film they ever did. And it actually showed you them getting their ninja powers. Oh, sorry, did I just spoil that for you? Because come season 3, we actually get that storyline again, but told canonically. As well as being introduced to 2 new villains who become main villains in this season, Master Vile and Rito Repulso, the father and brother of Rita Repulsa. Jeez, more family connections. What are they going to do next? Okay. And we also meet the Great Ninja, who issues them with their new powers. or they get them very differently in the Mighty Morphin movie. So now, there are 33 episodes in the main season for this season, but also Catherine Sutherland is introduced as new Pink Ranger Kate, because this is when Kimberly leaves and is swapped out. So and she's Australian, and she starts out evil but turns good. So much like how we're introduced to Tommy back in season 1. Okay. Now, the total number of episodes for the season altogether is 43. And how's this, you might be wondering? Well, there's a 10-part mini-arc attached to the end of it, the Alien Rangers mini-arc, where they team up with Alquiton Rangers. So, okay. So, now if we're to add together the total number of episodes on all 3 seasons, 60 plus 52 is 112, plus 43, we got 155. Do we? That's 154. Where's 155 come from? Okay, anyway. No, it is 155. Sorry, my mistake. I was counting in a very rubbish way. Okay. Well, this show is meant for older kids anyway. So, and we're going to continue our talk on Power Rangers next time with the next series, Power Rangers Zeo. So, until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a magical time and get morphine. Hey guys, and welcome to day 20 of Kids Month. The month of June has been dedicated to reviewing children's media, mainly TV shows, but movies have been included. Well, sort of, but so we've been talking about Power Rangers recently. Last time we talked about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So now let's hop aboard to 1996 to review the second series but 4th season of the franchise, Power Rangers Zeo. Now Power Rangers Zeo, as I just said then, first aired in 1996 and features the same cast from the end of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, now taking on Zeo powers, thanks to the help of the MacGuffin Crystal. The Zeo Crystal, which grants them their powers. And they're given Zeonizers, which are their morphers for this season. And they're up against the not so threatening after all, Machine Empire led by King Mondo. The season runs for 50 episodes. So yes. I'm pretty sure you can work out how many episodes that is across the 4 seasons already. For those who don't know, that would be 205. So... But we're not here to go over the history of the show and how many episodes there are, or the history of the franchise. It's just this show in general. And with new powers come new Ranger colours. Well, actually, Catherine stays as the Pink Ranger, and Ashley stays as the Yellow Ranger. It's just the 3 males that get their colours changed over. Tommy becomes red, Adam becomes green, and Rocky becomes blue. And it's an epic season. And for the first season of the renaming every year theme, it doesn't do half bad with the Zeo powers. Jason also comes back as a Gold Ranger, but first we need to be introduced to the Gold Ranger, who is a ranger from a different planet called Trey, who can be split into 3 separate personalities, as can the rest of his race. And seeing as the Gold Ranger powers were not meant for the human physiology, eventually Jason starts to weaken as the Gold Ranger and has to leave again. But it's nice seeing him back for one more episode or 2 in this epic 50 episode run. And of course, like all villains, the Machine Empire are easily defeated in every episode. So guys, that's your brief overview of Power Rangers Zeo. If you're nostalgic over this series, having watched it yourselves as children, let me know what you think in the comments below. I've already said what I think. It's epic, but it's not one of my favourite post-Mighty Morphin seasons. No, it's not. We'll get to those in due course. But those will have to wait for another time. Anyway, so guys, next time, I think it will be time to get your turbo powers ready, because we're going to talk Power Rangers Turbo. So, yeah, why not? But until then, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time. It's Morphin time! Hey guys, welcome to day 21 of Kids Month, where throughout the month of June I've been reviewing kids media, mainly TV shows, but there have been some films in there too. Now, it's now time to review the second Power Rangers movie, plus the third series but fifth season of the franchise, Power Rangers Turbo, from 1997. Now, the reason why I said second movie is because Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, is actually canonical to the timeline of the series. It actually sets the series in motion. It acts as a backdoor pilot to a season of Power Rangers as its own show. So we're reintroduced to our core 5, and they're the same Rangers from Zeo, but this time they've been given turbo powers. What the point was in giving them new powers so quickly after the last series is, I guess, beyond me. And it's a car themed. They're car themed powers. And we're introduced to the new villain Divatox, who steps in to be the adversary for the Rangers this time. Kimberly and Jason return, but they've been turned evil by the villains, so it's up to the Rangers to save them. And that leads very nicely into the season proper, Power Rangers Turbo, which ran in 1997 for 45 episodes. No, I'm not kidding. The first 18 of which feature Tommy, Catherine, Adam and Rocky. And of course Ashley. But in passing of the torch, 3 of the Rangers are swapped out for new characters. Enter TJ as the Red Ranger. We actually meet him early on in the season, so yeah. He's transferring to Angel Grove along with Cassie, the new Pink Ranger, so Cat leaves in this season as well. Carlos, who takes the place of the Green Ranger, so we say goodbye also to Adam. And Justin steps in place of the Blue Ranger. He's a child. And that's goodbye to Rocky, a 12-year-old boy as the Blue Ranger. And every time he morphs into an adult body. So why didn't they just cast an adult to play him? It's beyond me. So what's the point of the kid being there if they weren't actually going to have him with the Ranger powers? So, and of course they couldn't have a kid behind the steering wheel of a car. That would have been illegal. But yeah. But aside from those little nitpicks, I found this to be an exciting season. Yeah, don't crucify me, it's just my opinion. It's an exciting season, end of. I know many of you out there didn't like this season. Well, I went into the franchise for the first time as an adult. I never watched it as a kid. So it may be nostalgic as a franchise to many of you out there, but to me, I've only been a fan of the franchise for 5.5 years at this point, or over 6 years. So now, guys, that's actually it on the review side for the show. I should be telling you what's coming next, shouldn't I? Well, we only have 2 episodes left of Kids Month. And in the next episode, how about we round off the Zordon era by talking about Power Rangers in space. So yeah. Until then, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time. Hey guys, and welcome to day 22, penultimate day of Kids Month. So, what am I going to be reviewing for the penultimate day of Kids Month? Power Rangers in Space, the final season of the Zordon era, the 4th series of the franchise, but the 6th season. Aired in 1999 for 43 episodes. It stars mainly all the same cast from Turbo, with one new addition. A new Red Ranger played by, a new Red Ranger called Andros, who at first wants nothing to do with the rest of the team, not feeling he can trust them because of something that happened in his past. And over the course of the 43 episodes, we see them teaming up to conquer our new villain, Astronomer, who in the end turns out to be Andros's long lost sister Corone, who was taken from their home world of KO-35, another planet inhabited by humans. Ecliptor is the adoptive father of Corone/Astronomer, and it's just a whole bunch of space race and rescues. Justin returns to team up with the gang for one episode, and this is what started the obligatory yearly team-ups with the current team and the previous, even if it was just one member of that team. Because bearing in mind, the other Rangers are still TJ, Cassie, Carlos, and Ashley at this point. And they're venturing off-planet and into space to find Zordon and rescue him, as per the end of Turbo. Now, the way the season ends is pretty weird, to say the least. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't seen the series yet and you want to see it for yourselves. Go and watch it. It's one of the best seasons post Mighty Morphin. And I'm not the only one to have that opinion. So, definitely give it a watch. If you have seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, tomorrow, guys, will be the finale of Kids Month. And what will I be reviewing throughout July? Mockbusters. Only that's looking up to be a 10 episode season because I don't have many Mockbusters to review. So, I'll see you tomorrow for the finale of Kids Month. What will I be reviewing for the finale? Not another Power Rangers season, I'll give you that much. You'll have to wait and see, though, as to what the finale's going to be. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. Hey guys, and welcome to the season finale of Kids Month. That's right. Now, for the final episode of Kids Month, I thought I'd give you my 2 cents on Lazy Town, the kids TV show that ran between 2004 and 2014. And it's the 4 seasons I'm going to be covering. So the basic overview of the series is a young girl named Stephanie moves into a town called Lazy Town, where she meets a host of different characters, including superhero named Sportacus, who is trying to he's there to help kids learn about healthy eating and dieting and exercise. We have the villain Robbie Rotten, who's trying to make everyone lazy, hence the town's name. And then we have other child characters who are just puppets, and that includes young Ziggy, who is overexcitable and always wants to be involved in stuff. My first exposure to this came on CBeebies. I think I gave you the wrong start date, really. If it came out in 2004, I was either about to turn or had just turned 16 when it started. And I thought it was okay for what it was trying to be. I can't say I was too blown away by it, but it didn't stop me from watching as many episodes as I could. So why am I talking about a show that I've not seen all the way through? Well, I've seen enough of it to let you know what my opinion is, and I've done that. So guys, that's it for Kids Month. I've already announced that I'm going to be talking about / reviewing Mockbusters for Season 5. The thing about that is, though, is I haven't got many of those types of films to actually review. So it's going to be the shortest season of the series. So thanks for watching this entire month's worth. I hope you found it worth your while. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Same goes for the whole season. So look out for the Season 5 premiere on the 1st of May. Sorry, I mean on the 1st of July. Until then, thanks for watching and have us a magical time.